Welcome to Sailing Truckers. My name is Sahir, and if this is your first time here, remember to subscribe so you don't miss any episode. Today, we're going to be talking about night driving. Yeah, I haven't done one of these episodes for a long time, so stay tuned. Welcome back. Yeah, today I want to talk about night driving. Why I don't like night driving. Well, many reasons. For one, for example, when you pick up the load, most of the places where you pick the load up, the cheaper, they're open during the day. And the places where you deliver, they're open during the day. So what happens when you drive all night? Let's say you drive all night and you have to do the delivery in the morning. Well, now you can't. You have to drive all night, stop, take 10 hours off, and then in the afternoon, then do the delivery. It doesn't quite work that way. So what you need to do is that you need to drive during the day, then take the 10 hours at night, and then in the morning you go there and you deliver. So if you switch to do night driving, you totally mess up, screwed up the whole system of doing the deliveries and the pickup during the day. So it's a lot better if you actually stay driving during the day. Okay? Stay driving you drive during the day, then you rest at night, and then you can do the deliveries. Sometimes it's more than one delivery during the day. Because if you do that, you drive at night, and then you gotta go there, then you totally mess up, screwed up the whole system. So that's one reason why I don't do it. Number two, well, when you're used to drive during the day and now you need to drive at night, it's just asking for trouble. You can't. I drive during the day. I'm used to driving during the day, so I don't. And now I gotta switch at night. Come on, I'm gonna be sleepy. I'm gonna be sleeping during the night. Not amount of coffee, not amount of power drink or whatever you take to stay awake. It's gonna help you from 3 to 4 in the morning, from 3 to 5 in the morning. You're gonna be like, and you don't want to do that. Not with this thing, especially in winter. Summer now, spring, summer, it's gonna be all right, But no, it's just gonna be messed up. You can't be driving here at night tired. You gotta be really, really, really awake. Even during the day, you gotta be awake. I know people that say, okay, I like driving at night because there's less people on the road, it's less traffic, and all of that is true. All of that is true. I used to have a partner that liked driving at night. There are some people who are night people, and that's okay. Good for you. When you're driving a team, if you are like the night person, that's awesome. That's awesome. Less people on the road. It's less hot. Let's say now in summer, at night it's actually nice. And that's awesome. Good for you. But for me, it doesn't quite work. As a single driver, it doesn't quite work that way. In a team, yeah, good for you. It doesn't really matter what time do they pick up or deliver, because you can get there, drive there, and go to bed, and then your partner is the one that has to do the delivery, and that's awesome. good for you guys. But as a single driver, doesn't quite work that way. Because you gotta have that into consideration that, I'm gonna drive there, and then some dispatcher tells you, well, why don't you drive at night there, and then you go to the place, and you back up into the door and go to sleep. No, it doesn't quite work that way. You go to the place, and what if there is no open door? What if it's full? Then you don't actually go to sleep because they're calling you, hey, back up into door number 5. No, you gotta wake up, in the middle of your 10 hours. So you don't actually take your 10 hours, you don't actually rest. Okay? You don't actually rest. You actually, during that, you're working. You're actually working. Because you gotta go back up into door number 5, and while they are loading you, the whole thing is moving, the forklifts are entering and getting out of the truck, and then when it's done, then they're calling you, come and pick up your paperwork. And I need you to move the truck out of the door, because another truck needs to get there. And now you gotta figure out, can I park in the street? It's a whole messed up situation. You don't want to do that. I mean, as a single driver, when you are in a team, it's a whole different ball game. Rules don't apply on that. I mean, you're still gonna be like moving and all of that, and you're not gonna sleep very well. But it is your partner's job to get the truck out, to do all of that, to put do all of that stuff. The daytime driver. And if you drove at night, you just go to bed. When you are in a team, you develop I remember I used to, I would go into the back and go to sleep, and you could put a bomb in there, I wouldn't feel a thing. Except for a few places like LA, I remember my partner Kenny, he would be driving at night through LA, and I would wake up in the middle of the thing, open the curtain, and I'll be like, we're in LA, right? Because it's just like, it's just bump and bump and bump, and you are like, yeah, we're in LA. We're definitely in LA. You just, because you've been through there so many times, and you wake up. There's no way you can sleep through it, right? But other than that, most of the places, yeah, you're fine. You're fine. So that's a thing about night driving. And then the other thing is the fauna, the animals. You're driving during the day, I can see way far away. I don't need the lights. I can see really, really far away. So what happens at night is that you're driving, and if there is a deer on the road, you don't see that deer 100 meters or 200 meters away. No, you see it right there. Right there. You're like, holy moly, stop, try to move. It's just, it's a thing. And it happens, I have never hit a deer, thank God, because it will mess up the whole truck. Or a moose if you're in Ontario or Quebec or New Brunswick or somewhere out there in the east coast of Canada, that they have moose like they have mosquitoes. So many there. It's ridiculous. It's the number one cause of death in I don't remember if it's New Brunswick or it's in East Canada, it's moose. And it's because accidents of moose, people, it's like every day people die. Because there's so many freaking moose. They have open season of moose. You can go and kill a moose in any season, hunting there, because there's so many moose. Okay, and a moose will mess up a car, will total a car, and really wreck a truck. A deer, it's not quite the same, but still, if it's a car, it will really, really, really mess it up. Okay, and you don't want to hit a deer. And at night, it's really difficult. I mean, I've been driving to places and then it's like, holy moly, it's right there, two of them in the middle of the road, and they don't even move out of the freaking. They're like right there in the middle of the road, and you're like, try to move, slow down, and try to move, and I just passed by with like this distance from them, It's a visibility at night. It's because it's night, obviously. It's different. It's just different. So there is that. During the day, you don't have that problem. It's the same thing when you're driving winter. During the night, you might have black ice there. You won't see it. During the day, if the sun is on, you get shine on the ice, and you might actually see it. So for all of those reasons, I find day driving better than night driving. Okay, as a single driver, like I said, when you're in a team, it's a whole different ball game. But as a single driver, it's better to drive daytime. Okay. So I mean, I'm trying to think of what other good reason to don't drive at night. Now I can't think of any other thing. So that's pretty much it, guys. Think about it. I'm doing this because I just got a subscriber that asked me why you don't like night driving. This is it. These are the reasons. Oh yeah, that's the other thing is you're used to driving during the day, and then you switch to driving at night, and then now you gotta switch back to driving during the day. It really messes up your system. It's just bad. It's just a bad idea. You can't do like that. You don't want to do that. And I'm sure up there in the office, the dispatchers are like, yeah, drive at night, sure, go ahead. They're like, yeah, right, sure. Because it's not you the one doing it. Yeah, no. I'm sorry, but that doesn't work. It doesn't work that way. Dispatchers have no idea of what we go through, And then next day you are like all tired, your eyes are like this, and you're all messed up. And it's hard enough driving during the day, driving 12 hours and resting 10 hours, okay? It's hard enough to do it that way because, you're driving, I'd say, from Vancouver is, say, 6 in the morning, okay? In the East Coast is 9 in the morning. No, what? It's 3 in the morning. It's 3 hours different. My point is, I start driving in Vancouver, and when I stop 1 hour before. If I'm supposed to drive from 6 in the morning to 6 in the afternoon, let's say, right? Because you take, and when I say this, it sounds like, oh, you drove actually 12 hours. No. You take 15 minutes for your, half an hour for your pre-trip and post-trip. Okay, that's half an hour. And then half an hour break. So that's 1 hour. So you put it together in there. And then actual driving is 11 hours, right? So say you start driving at 6 in the morning and you start driving at 6 in the afternoon. But what really, really happens is that if I'm going east, I start driving at 6 in the morning, and when I stop it's 7. It's not 6, it's 7, because I switched to 1 hour ahead. And now you think I'm gonna fall asleep? My head's still in 6 in the morning, in 6 in the afternoon, in Vancouver time. I can't go to, and then the next day you drive and it's 1 more hour. It's 1 more hour, and now your system is still like I'm gonna go to bed at at 10 p.m. No, it's already 12. Local time is 12, and you're telling your body I need to go to bed right now. I need to fall asleep so I can get up at 6 in the morning, when the sun comes out. Because if you don't, when you stop, you're not gonna find parking anywhere. I mean, for example, I post the videos, so I need internet, so I need to find parking at a loft where I do get my free internet, right? So, I try and they get a shower and get, all the nice things that you get when you stop at a truck stop, right? And you can't do that because, by the time that you get there, it's 9 p.m. It's full. Everybody stopped already. So you're telling yourself, I need to go to bed, and your body's telling you, no, I'm still in Vancouver time. I mean, in the way back, it's easier. When you're going west, it's easier because, you're on that time then. And then you go forward, and then it's like, this is another hour. You're having like an extra hour of sleep. It's like great, awesome. But in the way that, it's just the system, your internal clock, it doesn't switch like that. And that's just the internal clock. Imagine you just switching the whole system to like from day to night. Dude, you're gonna be in so much trouble. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So when this guy tells you, drive at night. Sure, no problem. Because you're sitting at the office and you have no freaking clue of what we do. Yeah, you don't have any clue of what we do. But I do. I feel it. I suffer it. When you sleep 6 hours because you went to bed at midnight and you wake up at 6 in the morning and you are like, oh my God, start drinking coffee. And the alarm is going on and you're snoozing because you can't. I mean, psychologists or psychiatrists, mental health professionals advise to have 10 hours sleep a day for, it's a healthy thing for you. 10 hours sleep, okay? Minimum 8 hours. Okay? Minimum 8 hours. When you have 6, it's not cool. And I heard the argument, oh, well, that's the job that you choose. Yeah, that's the job this is a job that I chose. I didn't choose to be a trucker. That's your problem. Okay, yeah, sure. I chose to be this, but you're choosing it to make it harder. Aren't you? You're choosing to make my job harder because you don't, you make the appointments and you actually, I love it when they go, they look at in the computer, it says, 1,800 miles. Yeah, he'll be there in 3 days. He'll be there. Today is Sunday. He's leaving on Monday. He'll be there in 3 days. No, I'll be there on the 4th day. Have a calculation, and on top of that, add a little extra time so that you understand that if there is flooding on the road, if there is an accident, if there is traffic, if there is anything, you gotta give a little extra time so that I can get there. Because this is not as a crow flies. I don't drive an airplane. I go over the mountains and I get there. No. I drive a truck on the road. If there is work here, or if it's closed, or if there is an accident, or if there is a shooting, or the cops, or whatever, you gotta go around it. Yeah. It's just a lot of things I gotta do with this. To, on top of that, add up that you are tired on the road and chances for making mistakes and accidents. Okay? So, no, I don't like driving in the night. I prefer driving during the day as a single driver. And that's pretty much it for my rant. Okay, guys. So there you have it. In any case, I hope that you like this episode. If you want to learn more about trucking and bikes, click on that link. And don't forget to like us on Facebook and Twitter. In the meantime, guys, yeah, we keep on trucking. All right. Bye-bye.